Hey, what's up, coach? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna break down how to create and set your pricing. So if you have been confused about, you don't know how much to charge, or maybe you're looking to increase your pricing, watch this video because I'm gonna teach you step by step how to do this. And this is what I would do if I was talking to you one-on-one. I would get you to answer these questions. So this way we can quickly create your price, all right? This should not be any obstacle for you ever after you watch this video, all right? That's the intent. So I'm gonna break this down, make it really simple. So you need to answer two simple questions that I'm about to ask you. So first, it is, if you put yourself in the shoes of the parent, the person that's buying your service, you need to ask yourself, okay, if I'm a parent and I have a 12-year-old son that wants to completely transform their skills, their confidence, their mentality, their performance in the games, if I have a child who wants that type of result, okay, as a parent, what do I want outside of just the training sessions for my child? Do I want them to be more accountable? Do I want them to be working on their own? What do I want them to be studying? What do I want them to do outside of just the training sessions? And the reason why I start with this is because so many coaches in this industry, 99.999%, are so one-dimensional with how they think of this business. They just show up, run the session for 1 hour, and then 7 days later, they see the client again. So Joe Schmo, that's what I'm gonna call the 99% of coaches in the industry, Joe Schmo is the average trainer. They do what everybody else does. They just show up to the session, they run the session, they don't do anything outside of that actual session. So that's why they charge cheap prices. And this is why most coaches in the industry, I hate saying this, but most coaches are broke. They don't charge a lot because they don't offer a lot, okay? So you have to ask yourself that question, which is, like, if I'm a parent, what else do I want outside of the actual training that can truly help my child transform their skill development, mentality, confidence, you name it, okay? So write that down. Like, what else would I want? If I'm the person buying this, what else would I want outside of the actual sessions? So that's something I can personally help you with. Like, we have almost 200 coaches right now that we're working with across the world. And that's one area that we help them with, is we help them add value to the program. But that's a question you need to ask yourself. That's number one. Number two, it goes back to asking yourself, if I'm a parent, how much am I willing to invest into this sort of transformation? All right. And I want you to use that word transformation when you ask yourself this question, because that's a very different word than training. It's a different word than coaching. It's a different word than lessons. All right. And honestly, ask yourself that question, because if you're seeking out, like if you're a parent and you're seeking out the best coaching program in your city, wouldn't you be willing to pay premium for that type of service if you know that your child is going to get the transformation? Like, why would you pay less money to a cheap trainer and not get that outcome, right? So this comes down to you actually asking yourself, well, how much would I pay for this sort of thing if I'm the customer? And this is why, like, when coaches get to this is why a lot of coaches still charge cheap prices, because at the end of the day, they're cheap. They wouldn't invest into themselves. They don't know what it's like to actually spend money on their business. They don't really know how to value a real transformation with a client that they work with. And I'm not saying this to degrade anyone who watches video, but if you genuinely answer that question where you're like, yeah, like, I don't think I would pay more than X amount I don't think I'd pay more than $200 a month for this service, then don't charge more than $200 per month, right? Because it's going to be very difficult for you to sell something if you don't believe in your pricing. It's very easy for you to sell something when you're like, yeah, like, I would for sure pay $200 per month. I would for sure pay $500 per month for this. That makes your whole sales process so much easier, because you have the conviction that if you were in the parent shoes, you would actually buy the thing, okay? And why am I telling you all this? Is because so many coaches doubt what they are offering. A lot of coaches don't have conviction, and it's most of the time, it's because when I ask them that question, well, how much would you pay for this? They're like, oh, I don't know. It's like, we got to get really clear with it. You got to be clear with, yeah, I would pay this amount. And yeah, I want to add this, and this outside of the actual training sessions so I can charge more. I can charge a premium. because I say this with full conviction, because I know how it was when I was training kids. I had the most expensive soccer training program in Texas, and I know that for a fact. All right, parents were paying me $800 per month for 4 one-on-one sessions. All right, 4 one-on-one sessions. Find me someone else that charged more than that, I'd be happy to talk with them. All right, but here's the thing. Here's the secret sauce. I wasn't charging for the sessions. I was charging for the outcome. I was charging for the transformation that I was selling. And guess what? Do you think clients would show up to those sessions? Absolutely. They had more skin in the game. They took it serious. Do you think they were getting results? 100% they were getting results, because like they were showing up. They were doing what they were supposed to do in between the sessions. And I had a very high level of accountability that most coaches and trainers, they would never offer, which is why it was easier for me to attract the right type of people because of the price. All right. And I had to put myself in the parent's shoes and say, you know, if I have a 12-year-old son, would I pay $800 a month for this? And the answer would be absolutely yes. All right. I put myself through the same exercise I'm trying to put you through. So hopefully this video helps. If you're watching this and you're like, man, like I really want to start charging more. I want my clients to be more committed. I want to figure out how to add more value and make this a really stable business with consistent clients. If that's you, below, you're going to see my phone number. Text me there. Before I start shooting this video, I already talked to 5 coaches. It's like 10:30 right now, 10:30 in the morning. I've already talked to 5 coaches that have reached out from YouTube. So don't be afraid. Reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you on an intro call. See where you're at. See if and how we can help. But if you're watching this and you really want to do this as a full-time thing or scale beyond where you're at right now, we're really good at helping. All right. That's all I do. I do this every single day, like clockwork. So reach out to me. You'll see my phone number right below this video.